Samuel, and then we have Michelle. Yeah, so these are the learning outcomes for today's lesson. Before we begin our lesson, session review of what we learned in the previous lesson. See, number 2, do you want to do assignment? What is the risk book? Yeah, I wanted one of you to stand up. Kujibu swali ndio unaketi. Sometimes you review of what you did in the last lesson. Everyone to stand up. Stand up, stand up. Now, this lesson, I remember, in fact, then I allocated every group some work to do. There are some that teach principles of data security, and others teach types of data security. And there are some others that teach types of installation. So I want everyone to tell me what you can remember, then you sit down. We begin with Mary. You are discussing types of installation. Which one was you discussing? Only one type of software installation. Yes. Only one types of software installation. Nani anakumbuka? Yes, Morgan. Yes, sit down. Yes. Maybe. Yes. Yes. No, I'm talking about types of installation. She has said there is attended, unattended. Yes. Endless. Yes. The same nature. Yes, Shayla. scheduled, we have automated, unattended, attended, and handless, and we have silent and clean installation. We also need types of data security. Yeah, types of data security. We have encryption. Yeah, we have encryption. So we have authentication. Which else? No, we have data masking. Michelle, which one do you remember? Okay, tell me what you can remember for the previous lesson. What did you learn? Yes? What did you learn in the previous lesson? Yes? Yeah, data backup. Okay, sit down. Okay, you cannot sit down. So, on the next most of data security, we say there are three. We say there is confidentiality, we say there is availability, the other one was reliability. Yeah, and then the types we say there is organization, data masking, encryption, and many others. Make sure you read them. So for today we are going to define the term software user servant agreement, and then we shall also look at the reasons for software installation legal requirements. What is software user agreement? When you talk of software user vendor agreement, what do you mean by that? Please. Tukisema software user vendor agreement tunamaanisha aje?
Software user agreement. This is an agreement. As in this is an agreement between the user and the software.
Yeah, when you talk about software user vendor agreement, you can say it's a legal contract between a software user and a software vendor in South Africa. So when you are going to define the term software user vendor agreement, you can define it as a legal contract between the software user and the vendor in South Africa. Or you can say the vendor or the manufacturer of the software, because the manufacturer of the software is the one who is the vendor, and is the one who licenses you to use his software. Is that what's up? Yes. So we are going to look now at the reasons for software legal requirements. I remember I told you to read these ones. Reasons for software legal requirements. I think there are 5. Who can tell us one? Yes, Collins?
It allows one to disclaim the warranties.
Yes?
It allows one to disclaim the warranties.
Yes, allows one to disclaim the warranties. Another one? Yes, maybe? Yes, prevent abuse of your software. It allows one to terminate the contract. Yes, another one? It allows one to license and not to sell it. And the last one is Sheila. They can limit your liability. Yes. So when you say to prevent abuse of software, what do you mean by that? You can explain for us that when we say to prevent abuse of the software, what do you mean by that? So when you say it's a prevent abuse of the software, it means that if you fail to have an agreement, agreement signed by your customers, there is nothing stopping them from trying to replicate it or copy it for their own benefit. Okay, for example, if you decide, you create your own software and you refuse maybe to license it and just release it to the market. Somebody can decide to take it and make it his own, and there is no way you can take that person because there is nothing that there is no proof that you have to show that it is yours. But now, because of this software legal requirement, when you develop a software, you are required to license it so that you can have the ownership of it, and so that maybe even if you release it to the market based on the agreement that you and the person that you're given that software you have with, maybe you cannot modify it or change it beyond the terms of agreement which you have agreed. The same thing with it allows one to license it and not to sell it. When you license a product and sell it, the person who you have given the license to use that, maybe a software, does not make him the owner of that software. It is only a license that he has from you to operate with your software, but the software is yours. You own the software, but for him he has a license which gives him the permission to operate that or to use that software. It's ourselves. Just like the way you usually see the government, when the government gives you maybe a license to operate a business, it gives you the legal authority to operate that business. Is indeed. So the work of the license is to give that person the legal authority to use your software, but it does not make your software to become his. So the other one is I want us to talk about this one. It allows one to terminate a contract. That is, you see, for example, when you have given someone maybe a license to operate something or maybe a business and it's yours, or when you're given someone the authority to do something on your name or on your behalf, you can terminate that contract at any time when you wish. So having the legal requirement, because what we are talking about is software legal requirement, they give you the right as the owner of the software to terminate the contract that you have maybe with the user at any time that you feel that maybe you're not comfortable with the agreement that you had, or maybe any time that you realize maybe there is a breach of the agreement that you had agreed. The other one, this one about allows one to disclaim warranties. This one is about maybe the warrant that you can give to the person that is using your software, and also the right to disclaim that warrant or to terminate it. Ni sawa sawa? Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? Anyone with a question up to that? Na mtu ana swali mpaka hapo? Okay? So let us proceed. So the next thing, so we have defined software user vendor agreement, and we have explained the reasons for software legal requirement. So I want us to discuss the key element of user vendor agreement. And this one I want us. I want us we do it also as a group all together. So element or key element of user and agreement. So when we are looking about key elements of user-based agreement, what we are looking at is the things that are supposed to. We have talked about, one thing I want you to understand, we have talked about software legal requirements, and we have talked about the reasons why we need to have software legal requirements. And we have said they allow one to disclaim warranties to prevent abuse of your software, and they allow one to terminate the contract, and we allow one to license it and not sell it, and the other one we have said it can limit your liability. Now we are looking about key element of user-vendor agreement. User-vendor agreement is an example of software legal requirements. So this one is one of the software's legal requirements. This one, user-vendor agreement, which we have said is an agreement between the software user and the vendor. So what we are looking at now, it is when we talk about key elements, it is the things that are contained in that user-vendor agreement for the software. Tuko pamoja? So yeah, so according to your understanding now today, what do you think is supposed to be contained now in that agreement that you as a software user are supposed to have with your vendor? What do you think is supposed to be contained in it?
It is an agreement between a software user and a software vendor. There should be an identification between the parties.
Yeah, the first one, the first thing that is the first element that is supposed to be the user-vendor agreement is identification. When you talk of identification, this is where you have to state the parties that are involved. Or you identify the people that you are coming into an agreement with, whether it's a company, whether it's an individual, or if it is a person, the name of that person, you identify it, you state it. Mr. Asa, what is the other thing that is supposed to be contained in it? Yes, Victor?
It should be with warranty.
Warrants. Warrant. Yes, there should be warrants and disclaimers. When you talk about warrant and disclaimers, what can you say about that? Another one? Yes, Sheila?
Yes, software description.
Software description. Spelling your software description again. Description. Another one? Yes, mean confidentiality. Engine inakuanga ngumu kwako. Let us take all of them, then we explain them. Ownership. Colleagues? Yes?
Restrictions.
Restrictions. license grant. Colleagues, I've seen you are lifting your hand. Okay. So we cover our warrant and disclaimer. What do you mean by warrant and disclaimers? So when you talk about warrant and disclaimers, in that agreement, if there is any agreement that if there is any warrant that you are to give to the person that is using that software, you have to specify it. And there are disclaimers, you also specify it. So for example, ukienda kununua simu yako wanakuambia maybe yenye tunakupea wanakuambia maybe ni ya 1 year, lakini wanakuambia for example kama simu imeanguka kwa maji, sisi hatuwezi fanya aje kusaidia, lakini ikiwa kama ni shida, kama ni maybe imeharibika technically, we can help you. Si wana kuspecify hiyo. So wanakuambia warranty ina function for 1 year but under this condition and not these conditions. Okay? So that is it about warranty and disclaimers. When you talk about software description, this is where you provide the details. You provide a detailed description of the software, including the name of the software and the version and the purpose. You provide detailed description of the software, including its name, its version, and its purpose. The other one is confidentiality. When we are talking about confidentiality, this is where you maybe you specify, maybe there is some data that is supposed to be private. You specify it and you make sure that you have kept it private. For example, if I have designed a software and maybe I have decided to release it, maybe to a customer to use it, I can tell you maybe you can release this percentage of information to the public, but maybe the count of the software, you are not supposed to release it. It's my property. It's supposed to be private. So it's supposed to be confidential. So I've said in confidentiality, yeah, you specify maybe it's the information that you want it to be private, and you keep it to be private. Yeah, the other thing is ownership. Ownership, you clarify that the vendor retains ownership of the software while the user acquires a license to use it. Kama vile nimewambia, for example, if I have given you authority maybe to go and do something in my name, you are doing that thing in my name, but you are not me. I am still me, and you are still you. For example, if the principal sends you maybe like a teacher, you go and do a certain assignment. That assignment that has been given for you to do at that particular time does not make you a principal. Even if you are acting in the capacity of a principal, it does not make you a principal. The principal states his position as a principal, but you just have a part of authority at that particular time. The same thing now happening is the same thing that is happening when we come to talk about ownership in user vendor software agreement. You have been given the license to use it, which the license is giving you the authority to use it, but it does not give you the authority to own that software. For example, you might decide even to go to advance yourself in your career and you become like maybe even a software engineer. When you become a software engineer and a school like this one has given you a contract maybe to develop for them a server or maybe to develop for them a system. If you develop for them for a system and you decide that this system I am going to own it and the school is not going to own it, or you decide you are going to lease it to the school, you decide the terms under which you shall list to them that system to use, or that for them to use maybe for their needs, but the software remains still to be you as a designer, a creator of it, or as a software engineer. So it's just like leasing. The other one is restrictions. When we talk about restrictions, outline any limitation or restriction on the user right, such as prohibition or resale or distribution, whereby unaweza unamwambia tu chenye hafai kufanya na hiyo software yako. For example, kitu yenye iko copyrighted, mtu hafai kuuza. Sasa you just specify restrictions like those ones. And then the other one is license grant. Hiyo tayari imeshaelezea. So the other thing that we did not talk about is governing laws and dispute resolution. Governing laws and dispute resolution. Under this one, you specify the applicable law and dispute resolution mechanism. You specify the applicable law and the dispute resolution mechanism. So, up to where are we together? Tukipanguza hizo vitu zote zimeandikwa kwa sahihi, tuulize ni nini tumesoma kwa kumbuka. Sasa hiyo tunakuwa nakumbuka. The other thing is, that we discuss is types of software user vendor. Types of software user vendor agreement. Types of software vendor agreement. Kristo utakuja hapa kwa college discuss hivyo nao hivyo, na each group ita present. You have 10 minutes to do that. To discuss types of software. They are only 4. So, 5 minutes is quite a lot of time. You discuss the first one, you discuss the second one, you discuss the third one, and you discuss the last one. We are 4. You have 2 minutes. One minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes, the first one. Your time is over. Just stand and explain to us when you are. Software license agreement.
This agreement governs the user's right to use the software.
Yes. Come up again.
It gives the user the right to use the software.
Yeah, when you talk about the software license agreement, it governs users' rights to use the software. The second one was the second group. Hardware and maintenance agreement. What about it?
This covers the maintenance and support of the hardware equipment.
Yes, it covers maintenance and support of hardware equipment.
Plus, the vendor has responsibility for its repair and upgrade and technical assistance.
Okay. Yeah, the hardware maintenance agreement, it covers the maintenance and support of the hardware equipment and the vendor's responsibilities for repair, upgrades, and technical assistance in case of some. And the other one is switchware.
Service level agreement.
Yes,
Service level agreement.
service legal agreement. Legal. Yeah.
Level agreement.
Okay, service level agreement.
It defines level of services vendor must provide for you.
Yeah. when you talk about service level agreement, it defines level of service that a vendor must provide to a user, while it specifies performance metrics, response time, and penalties for non-compliance. And the last one was non-disclosure agreement. Whereby this one ensures confidentiality of information shared between the user and the vendor. So we have seen we have 4 types of software. We have seen we have 4 types of vendor agreement. We have seen the first one is software license agreement. The second one, hardware maintenance agreement. And the third one is service level. And the third one is non-disclosure. Non-disclosure agreement. Are we together up to that point? So, for today we will stop at that point. And we shall proceed from there in our next lesson. So, your assignment, because I want you to, I know we read it in class, but I want you to do it. The assignment is about, we discuss the various types of installation. We discuss the various types of installation. We have silent, we have clean. Let me check each exam. And the other one is automated. And the other one I want you to do is you explain for me the sections on legal crime. Sections of software installation requirement. This one will be 6 marks. This one will be 10 marks. Yeah. You submit this work next week, and you shall be having a class on Tuesday. You submit it for marking. Yeah, so at the end of our lesson. So you can close your books. us the terms of fair user vendor agreement. Yes, ma'am.
It is a legal contract between the user and the software vendor.
Yes. You can see that. Reasons for software legal requirement.
It can limit your liability.
Yes?
It can limit your liability.
Yeah. Yes, Michelle.
Restriction.
Restriction.
Prevents the abuse of the software.
Prevent abuse of your software. It allows you to license it and not sell it. Yeah, it allows you to display warranties. We have the key element of a user vendor agreement. We have license grant. Yes? Restrictions.
Maintenance and support.
Maintenance and support. Yes? Confidentiality. Ownership. Michelle, the answer you gave us was not correct. I want you to tell us types of vendor agreement. Yes, types of vendor agreement. Yeah, we have hardware maintenance agreement,
Service level.
service level agreement. And the other one is
And the software license agreement.
software level agreement. Mhm. And disclosure agreement. Yeah, so I can see you have captured all that you have learned. That is the end of our lesson. We will meet for our lesson come next week. But make sure you do that well. And our colleagues who are absent who went for the live, make sure you give them that assignment so that they can do it. Sawa sawa.